Let's begin. Likutei Halachot, Nefilas Apaim, Halacha Daled. You're holding Basif to Zayin. So it says that the Kitisat Rosh Bnei Yisrael, when you want to count on Yisrael, you have to have a Shmira. So the Sita de Moisel, will not have a dominion over Am Yisrael, because we know that the Hashem Yisborach is beyond the number. B'fnei Echad says after the multiplicity starts, then there are all kind of colors, all kind of details. This is where multiplicity starts. That's when the numbering starts. Plurality. And this, it is not possible to comprehend with a human mind how plurality stems out of singularity of the Yichud HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is not humanly feasible. The same way that the physicists cannot understand how, what they call the Big Bang, which is the beginning of plurality, started from a singularity. This is beyond all the laws of physics, which means it's beyond all human capacity to comprehend. So, but the thing is that all this is impossible to achieve in the Das except with Emunah, that we believe. Now this Emunah is being nimshach to us through the great tzaddikim that are zoicha really to attain the asaga of the 9 hechalim. Because these tzaddikim that are zoicha to the 9 hechalim, to the Oris Tzachtzachos, to this kind of a saga, they combine and unite the entirety of the Bria, which constitutes the entire epoch of after the Bria. They combine it all with before the Bria. They take all the plurality of multiplicity and they combine it in the singularity of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. B'fchinas mati v'lo mati. It gets there and it doesn't get there. The Redif and the Ma'akev, the surge of the Moichin, until they get this 9 Echalim, this light of Tzachtzachos. And these 9 chambers, these 9 faculties, in their roots, are completely exalted, unfathomable. And this is the light of Tzachtzachos, which is beyond the spheres. There are even no spheres there. He says, that nobody can stand there. Nobody can have an existence there. We gave a mashal that it's no b'derech mashal, because it doesn't really mean that. Because this is something which is feasible with training. But we say it's like stopping to think. You can stop your mind from thinking for a second or two. But before you know it, you're starting to think, I'm not thinking. But that's already thought. It throws you out of there. But this Indian of not thinking through expertise, through trial and error, meditation. You train, you go with like a pendulum movement. You move into it, and then he throws you out. And you move into it, and then he throws you out. And slowly but surely you regain the proficiency of being able to stop your thinking process. And the Piazetzna, the Esh Kodesh, is very big on this inyan. There's a whole system of what they call guided imagination, which is based upon the Torahs of the Esh Kodesh from Piazetzna. This inyan is the inyan of the quietening of the machshava, of stopping to think, stopping all the monkeys from jumping all over the place. But mati velo mati is something that per definition you cannot stand there. There's no way to stand there, there's no way to stay there, because that means bittul. That means that you cease to exist. Because these are two things that negate one another. You exist and you don't exist. You get and you don't get. This is this Nine Echel. Because this is the portal between beyond time and place and time and place. Everything below that Nakuda, even though there's no time the way time it is in this world, because in this world time is what the clock says. In Oil Misel Yonim, time is specific asogas. This is what constitutes time. The bigger the asogas, the more the time shrinks. So that depends, when in Nevuah, depends from which Olam the Navi got his Nevuah. So if it's a Nevuah from Olam Ayetzira, so he's able, let's say, to prophesize for 100 years or for 500 years. And if his prophecy is from Olam Abriya, then he can prophesize for thousands of years. And if his prophecy is from Olam Atzilus, then it's like Moshe Rabbeinu, he prophesies L'Olam Vod. He sees, because time shrinks, and when time shrinks, past, present, and future all become one. The Nekuda Elyoina of time and place, even theoretically as intellectual hasaga, ends at that particular Nekuda of the Ma'akir Ha'elyon. The Oras Tzachtzachos is beyond that. The Oras Tzachtzachos are the message as it comes down from the Kaviyachol, the Ein Sof itself. And it feeds the world. And this is where the tzaddik is. And because below that is a mitzias of yesh, of isness. It's not isness that we can understand. It's totally ruchnius. But there is. The spheres, the oilamus, though everything is a lakus, it's unfathomable for us, but nevertheless, there's an isness to it. Beyond that, there's no isness that we can speak of. It's everything is totally singular. It's beyond any human asaga. In between, beyond time and place, and below time and place, there is a conduit. There is what you would call an adapter. That on one side has the 220 fitting into the power outlet. On the other side, it has the USB outlet, or whatever it might be. With one hand, one hand it has, the inlet to receive the earth tzachtzachos, chinas mati velo mati, to bring in the lokus into the bria. On the other side, there has to be an epis yesh that converts the earth tzachtzachos into emunah, because emunah is our connection to Ein Sof. Yediyah needs definition. You know something. Either you know or you don't know. There's no maybe we know. Maybe. Either you do or you don't. Emunah allows you to connect with something which is beyond Yediyah. The only imprint that the light of tzachtzachos can come to us as is in Emunah. There's no Yediyah that is shaykh to us. And this is Eretz Tzachtzachos, the less man the kamen behu v'lo misdabkim v'lo yadayin. There's no way to stay there. But still, mechmasa redifa v'ame'akev, because of that constant action of seeking and being held back. Redifa is surging ahead, is chasing. Me'akev is holding back. This the redifa, the surging slams into me'akev. That until that creates the faculties, as it were, kivyochol, b'vchinas mispar minyan. It puts a semblance of multiplicity in the bechina which is beyond time and place. Kim tisha echelin. These are 9 faculties. The e'elo tisha echelin. These 9 chambers, these 9 faculties. Shem shorish kol spheres. That's the root of all the spheres. Shem shorish hamispa v'minyan. That is the root of all multiplicity, plurality, because Ela Tisha Eichelin, these 9 faculties of Eres HaTzachtzachos. These are the light of Tzachtzachos. Shem Shorish HaSpheres. This is the root. It's the pre-spheres. Shem Misham Nimshachim Kol HaMisparim Sheba'olam. This is the root of all the numbers in the world. Shem Pchinas Klalis HaBriya. This is the totality of all the Briya. And that's why there are dafka 9 faculties. Tisha Daiko. Ki Misper Tisha, the number 9, Ushorish Kol HaMisparim Sheba'olam Kayadua. That's the root of all the numbers in the world. Kayadua B'chush, as it is known, Shamisper Kaletzel Tisha. When does the number end? When you count something, when does it end? By 9. 10 is already a new counting. So plurality in any given stage ends at 9. It's a cycle that starts with 1 and ends with 9, then becomes 1 again. The minute that it reaches 9, it comes back to the very source of unity, of singularity, which is 10, the number 10. That's 1. The number 10 is a single 10. 20 is another single 10. 100 is a single hundreds. 100. And 1,000 is 1. 9 is the last number. That's The same thing starts, with 100 and 101. And that's forever. So the main roots, the ultimate, the epitome, the peak, the top of the number is 9. And then the minute you reach 9, everything is being combined into singularity all over again. Because this is true reality. That ultimately the polarity and multiplicity, they become included back again in the unity of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That is the final tikkun of all the olamas. If you'll notice, 9 is the one number which is called the Mispar Emes. It's the number of truth. Take 9 and multiply it by any number. And whatever the sum is going to be, you add up the numbers, it comes out to 9.
72, 81.
It's always 9. It's always 9. The root of the number, if you multiply by 2, it's 18. It's 8 and 1 is 9. By 3 is 27. 7 plus 2 is 9. Every time you multiply 9, whatever you do, it comes up to 9. That's why the 9 is called the Mispar Emes. Really, the Shorosh HaMispar comes, Machdusei Yisborach, this is the 9, these 9 Heichelim that are being created by this, the reaction of the surging, the Redifa, and the Ma'akev. And that anchor holds it back. Shem B'chinas Mati V'lo Mati. You get it and you don't get it. Ratzov V'shoiv. Ratzov V'shoiv. You get it and you go back. You go ahead and you come back. And they return and they run and they're always included in the unity of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and they never ever separate from the root of all vitality, of all existence, which is HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yisbarach. That's why there are only 9 Eichelim. Because the minute you get to 9 Eichelim, immediately they return to where they come from. In Ratzov Ashov, Mati Velo Mati, and they're being included with Achdus Yisbarach. So Nimtzo She'ela Tisha Eichelim, all these nine faculties, Shem Shorish Kol Mispar Sheba'olam, they are the root of all the numbers in the world, of all the differentiations. That there's you, there's me, there's the table, there's the ceiling, there's the light, there's the sidewalk, there's the cars, there's the whatever it is. All these, this is the trickle-down effect of multiplicity. There's us, the birds, the bees, the trees, the flowers. All these comes from that different differentiations, that different existences comes from multiplicity. That everything is, from the end of the Mispar. So that's the root of all the numbers in the world, that they are connected and including united with the Achdus of Hashem Yisbarach. And whoever is zoiche to this hasaga, by him all the heresies become annihilated. When his battle sita the mois, and mortality basically ceases by him. This is mortality, the side of death. This is when people look for cheshbonos. It fits, it doesn't fit. It's kedai, it's not kedai, it's this, it's that. This is all the chekiras. This is all the kfirs that comes from multiplicity. Ki zeh ha-tzadik shezoiche la-asoga zo is that tzadik that is zoiche to this asoga. Zoiche lechol ha-misparim va-minyan, he is zoiche to include and all the numbers and all the multiplicity. Shem ba'im achar habriya. This is the I apologize profusely to all my millions of fans out there. You know, all the numbers and the multiplicity that come after the Bria, to include everything in the Mokra Achdus, which is Asoga, Alidei Asogas, through the Asoga of the Nine Echelin. This is the root of why Am Yisrael had to give half a shekel, a matbea, a coin of half a shekel, for Korbanos Tzibur, the offering public, for the public offerings, and K'teres, and Meleches HaMishkan. Ki alidei mitzvah shkolim, it is through the mitzvah shkolim that you bring the Korbanos, and the K'teres, this brings simcha. The Korbanos brings kaparas avonos, and the K'teres brings simcha, this brings simcha, K'teres is samach. Korbanos says, K'tiv k'mo shekatuv, v'samachta b'chol mishlach yadchem. You'll be happy with, you know, with all with everything that you bring. There's a lot of psukim. It talks about the simcha of the Korbanos and the K'teres. This represents the asiyas mitzvahs b'simcha. This is our part in it. Doing the mitzvahs b'simcha. This is how you malin akdusha ma'klipos. This is how you elevate the kedusha from the klipos until you are zoicha to attain the Nine Echelin according to your madrega. And then, when you are zoicha to the asaga, according to where you are, you have annihilated the sitra, the mois, and the kfiras that stem from the minion, from the number, from the counting, from the multiplicity. Everything is included in Hashem's Baruch. That's why the Torah says to give shkolim for Korbanos and K'teres in the time of a minion, time of counting, so that the negev, so that the plague and the curse will not have a chiza in that, because the sitra de moisa is cancelled by that. The sitra achar that is holding on to multiplicity, you know, loses it because what you're using the shkolim to count to get their Korbanos. You're not counting on Israel themselves, because the shkolim is the tzarech Korbanos and K'teres. This represents asiyas mitzvah b'simcha. With this, the minyan is included in the unity of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and through the asaga of the Nine Echelin. Up to here for today with Likutei Halachos.